If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today's April 16, 2020, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the major economic events a day later today at 2:30 South African time. Out of the United States, we have a weekly unemployment number coming out. Now, normally I do not add this into the economic data. I generally just put the NFP, which overshadows all these weekly unemployment numbers that come out. They are weekly, but however, in the current environment that we're in, I think it's going to add a lot of weight into today's trading session. Now, looking at the markets, we're looking at the currencies, dollar gaining versus the major pairs. We're going to take a look at that in just a second as the Dow Jones sells off, but it's still in a range between 23,000 and 24,000. Let's see if it breaks out today. Now, looking at the commodities, gold shows continued strength at above 1,700. While oil falters below $20 a barrel. Very important, significant support level there. Now, looking at the stocks, it's a mixed bag. When we look at Amazon hitting all-time new highs, historic new highs, while Microsoft stays very strong above $170 a share, while JP Morgan and Facebook kind of give up on their strength. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're starting back with the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart, and you can see we faltered at this resistance at this 110-ish level, which has been our resistance for quite some time. We're still in a range-bound trading between this 108.80 half, okay, to 110-ish level. And if it does break on the downside, I should see some continued weakness versus the dollar, okay? If we look at some of the other currencies, we see the same thing. So this is systemic, okay? GBP also getting a little bit weaker versus the dollar. Aussie retracing a little bit versus the dollar, okay? As we look at some of the other currencies, USD Japanese yen also decreasing versus the dollar, right? It's an in-versus relationship. The USD ZAR still showing some weakness here at 1866. The point of me saying this to you is that as we're looking at the Dow, I'm going to jump to the Dow right away. We see that the Dow is trading further down, okay, with some resistance as it hit this 24,000-ish level, okay? It's still trading between this 22,500-ish level and 23,800-ish level. However, okay, it's been in a very tight range, okay? It hasn't been in such a tight range in quite some time, and this entire week, it's just been trading between this 23,000 and 24,000, okay? However, if it does break this 23,000, which is very important today, okay, with this unemployment numbers, if they do come out very negative, we could see a further decline down to the 22,500. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go back to 21,000 so fast, okay, but it does seem like it has a inclination to go further down as the US dollar gets stronger, okay, so something to consider into today's trading. Now, when we look at the commodities, it's a different story. We're looking at gold actually sustaining some of its strength above this 1,700, okay, it did retrace a little bit to 1,729. And remember, in order for us to look at our all-time highs, we have to look at a monthly chart, and that's at 1842. So we do have some way to go to break our all-time highs. It could still happen, okay? We're only above 150 points away from that. Now, when we look at oil, very grimson look, okay? We're trading at 1984, below $20 a barrel. Now, look at a 4-hour chart. You can see we're testing that low once again. And if we do break out lower, this can continue breaking out even to the low teens, okay? So something to consider as we enter today's trading. Now, when we look at the individual stocks, we see a different story, okay? When we look at Apple, okay, or rather Amazon, let's jump into it, $2,300 a share, okay? That is momentous, and we've never been there ever. Now, most of this is because the online giant is continuing its function. There's still online purchases, so nothing has really changed, okay? Instead of people purchasing at the stores, they're purchasing online. So something to consider that this will eventually correct itself, okay? At which point it's not clear. Now, Netflix, which is an online streaming video company, okay, also at 426 all-time highs, okay? So a couple of things are pretty strong. However, when we look at the banks, JP Morgan, it faltered at $100 a share. Now, we're only about $20 or $15 rather, okay, from our all-time lows, okay, from this year's lows, excuse me. So it's something to consider as we enter today's session, okay. These stocks, as we enter, the latter part of April and beginning of May, if the numbers don't start picking up, okay, if there's no economic activity and the economic activity is still on a null, we could see ourselves testing our lows once again, okay. So it might not happen today, but as things happen, you want to make sure that you're trading the strong stuff on the upside and the weak stuff on the downside, and making that rotational move when you see that character actually change. So markets are not all grismal, okay? That's the point of this saying. We are seeing some resurgence of certain parts of the economy that is still strong. However, other parts of the economy is still weak, okay? So since airlines and shipments are to a minimum, okay, we're seeing oil actually decline. However, consumer goods, we're still seeing people consuming goods because they need to live, right? So when we look at a stock like Amazon, it's making all-time new highs. So there's this disparity in the markets right now, okay, which will settle at a certain point, okay? But you do want to see and you do want to play on the right side, okay, whichever side you're trading. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.